So when do you actually have a business? When are you officially operating a business? I think some people think they don't actually have a business until they've like formally registered it and set up sales tax accounts and a bank account and things like that. But that's not the true definition of operating a business or engaging in business activity. So today I'm just going to give you an official definition from the Canada Revenue Agency website. This is something I came across last week and I thought it would be important to discuss it. So I'm just going to read directly from their website right now. So the CRA website says, for income tax purposes, we define a business as any activity where there is a reasonable expectation of profit and there is evidence to support that intention. And their other website says, what is a business? A business is an activity that you intend to carry on for profit and there's evidence to support that intention. A business includes a profession, a calling, a trade, a manufacture, an undertaking of any kind, an adventure or concern in the nature of trade. So it's a very broad definition, but basically operating a business, engaging in business activity is anytime you're really doing something with the intention of profit. Now, of course, that's outside of employment because if you're employed, you are going to work for profit, right? You're going there to get paid. So kind of the same thing, but in that case, you are working for a business that's actually operating as a business. Whereas if you're an independent, when you're engaging in business activity, that means you're doing something for profit. And I'm going to give some explanations and some examples so you can better wrap your head around that. So think, for example, people who sell stuff on like Facebook Marketplace or just other like product marketplaces. If you're selling on Facebook Marketplace, are you engaging in business activity? The answer is it depends. Like every question, basically, the answer is it depends. So are you intending to make profit? So let's say you have some old shoes, some old clothes, some old electronics laying around your home and you're just going through everything and you're like, hey, I don't need this stuff anymore. I don't use it. I might as well sell it. It's probably worth something. So if you go and post that stuff on Facebook, are you now operating in business activity? The answer is no, because you're not actually making a profit. You know, you didn't buy those things to then sell them and mark them up and make profit. It's old personal items that you're not using anymore and you just want to get rid of them. So if anything, you're losing money. I'm sure for most of them, you paid significantly more for them than what you could sell them for. And one example of this for myself from a few years ago, when I was house sitting for some family members who were elderly and just moved into like an elderly care home. And so they were no longer going to be living in their house. They had tons of stuff accumulated that I was then selling for them on Facebook Marketplace. So lots of revenue was coming in from those sales, but that wasn't business activity. I wasn't doing that for the intention of profit. I was doing that to kind of like liquidate all these assets that they had accumulated and that they didn't need anymore. So in that case, it wasn't a business. However, if I went online and I was purchasing like large orders of materials from Alibaba or something like that, and then I was going to then resell those on Facebook Marketplace with the goal of making profit, then even though I'm doing kind of the same thing where I'm just selling goods on Facebook Marketplace, that is a business because I had the intention of making a profit. Now, when it comes to something like cleaning or photography, are you going out and doing that for free? Are you just taking pictures of, friends and family members for graduation or engagement, or are you just cleaning your grandparents' home for them just to, help out? In that case, it's not business activity because you're not doing it for profit. But if people start reaching out to you and saying, hey, could you clean my place? I'll pay you, $30 an hour or $20 an hour to clean. Or, hey, could you come take some, pictures of my kids or my cousin or my brother for graduation or something like that. We'll pay you $200. That now becomes business activity because you're doing those things for profit. So that's where you really need to start reporting that for income taxes and probably set up some things for the business. So hopefully that's not too complicated. I know there are some gray areas there, but that is the definition from the Canada Revenue Agency. So especially if you are in Canada, hopefully that gives you some kind of clear distinction as to what is business activity and what isn't. If you got any value from the video, please click like and feel free to check out my YouTube channel where I currently have over 165 videos that cover business management and business startup topics.